Congratulations to you all, and thank you so much.
Your Excellency, the Governor Mombasa, Your Excellency, the Ambassador for Indonesia, let me write on the protocol already established by Daktari Barali. First, let me say that in the education sector where I work, we always look for ways to remove barriers that normally hinder learners or students to access education. And I'm happy that there is this partnership of the county government of Mombasa and Indonesia, which has come up with this program of scholarships to ensure that students can learn. That means we are removing some of the barriers that can hinder the learners to access higher education. I say thank you very much for this partnership, and I do pray that we expand, we strengthen it and expand so that even more students can go to Indonesia and even other countries to get this education. To the learners who are going, the 12 of you, I want to say that we are happy that we are going to learn and get those scientific knowledge and skills, just as Gloria said here, because we shall be waiting as a country so that when you come back, we benefit from the knowledge and the skills that we are going to acquire. Work hard, come back, and you have all our blessings as you move on. Thank you, and we wish you all the best.
Thank you so much. And I wish to appreciate the Consulate of Education. For sure, we are working with him very closely. Also, I wish to recognize the boss of migration, Mr. Mwiki. Najua huyu bwana tumefanya kazi na yeye kuhakikisha hawa watoto wetu passport zimetoka kwa njia ifaayo. Kituma watoto kama wale within a short period of only 1 week, they have their passport ready. Not Indonesian students, Sudan students, Kampala students. We thank you so much, my brother Mwikia. And I'm very glad to see you here today. Now, we can stand to appreciate His Excellency Governor. Tunaomba tusimame sote, jameni. Tuweze kumpigia gavana wetu makofi kabla hajafika mahala kama hapa.
Asante sana. Let's have a seat. Thank you very much. Assalamu alaikum. God is good. I'm seeing very, very excited people in this auditorium here today. First and foremost, I want to acknowledge a very dear friend of mine, Honorable Mwashetani. I served with him in Parliament. And not only did I serve with him in Parliament, I was in school with him. And he used to copy from me a lot. I was waiting. He was in the same class as me. I was waiting for this opportunity. So if you see his grades were good, you know where the brains came from. But Ambassador, thank you very, very much. And to all the partners who are here, the Department of Education, Asanteni. I want to make it very, very clear. This is not a day of me taking credit. This is a day that we come here to say thank you to Ambassador. Yes, we have a very, very close partnership. But if it was not for your input, if it was not for the support that you have given us, we would not be where we are here today. So mine is to say, first and foremost, a big asante to the people of Indonesia. And I also want to now make it clear as well. Last year, the year 2025, we had 17 students out of 27. 17 were from Mombasa, 27 was the whole country. So you can do your mathematics. More than 50% of all the students who actually went to this, through this scholarship program were actually from Mombasa. This year, the total for those who came through the county government and for those who did not pass, as long as they are the people of Mombasa, then that means they belong to all of us. And at the end of the day, every single person needs to be able to be appreciated. So we appreciate everyone who made an effort, because today, out of 40, 36 students are actually from Mombasa. And that is something we on behalf of Mombasa, I wish to say, and again, a big thank you to yourself. Without the partnership and without the trust that we have been able to build with each other, and I also want to state that Kenya is a beneficiary, the second largest beneficiary in the whole world. So you can imagine where Mombasa is placed in the whole world. To the students who are here and those who are not here and will be able to carry our voices back home, please be good ambassadors. It takes a lot to be able to build, but it takes a very, very small amount to destroy. Go there with one aim: to learn, to accept, to appreciate. You're going into an environment where society norms are different, cultures are different, but at the end of the day, you need to be able to go not just to be able to sap knowledge, but when you go, we anticipate that you will be great ambassadors so that tomorrow more of your brothers and sisters can be appreciated. Whether there's a governor called Abdul Swamad or any other, the element and the image of Mombasa needs to be able to shine and shine bright out there. And no better ambassador than yourselves. We can be able to send CECs to Indonesia. I can be able to call the ambassador and we can be able to talk. But at the end of the day, the proof of the pudding is in the eating. And it is you, when you go out there, who are going to be able to do what needs to be done. I see our students from the Technical University of Mombasa as well who are here. Congratulations to all of you as well. Maybe, Ambassador, just to give an overview of what it is that we've been able to do. For the first time in the history of Kenya, we now have medical courses available in Mombasa. And this was through a partnership between the Technical University of Mombasa and the county government, where we were able to provide quite a number of things. And one of the things that when we signed, we agreed that we will be able to get a number of students who are going to be sponsored by the county government of Mombasa. We've already done the first cohort of 12 students. We're currently in the process of ensuring that we pick the next cohort of 12 students. And the intent is when you're building a health infrastructure system, it is not just the buildings and the equipment. You need to build the health infrastructure system together with the human resource. And what better way that after 10 years in office, that if I am able to leave a legacy, not just buildings, but if I leave a legacy of 120 doctors, that is an average of 12 doctors a year, I would have left these doctors hopefully to be able to treat the people of Mombasa in the way that they need to be treated. And hopefully they will not be doing too much, because we want people to be healthy. So the plan is simple: build, but not only build, but equip. Not only equip, but also provide. And the concept as well that we did for the Technical University partnership, we sought not just someone who necessarily just an A, but then they come from a well-to-do. We need to give opportunities to every single person, regardless of where you're from, regardless of your tribal backing, regardless of who you know in society. As long as you have the passion, you have the zeal, and you have the capacity to be able to be who you are. So I call upon you, please make us proud. We intend, and of course the package that is available to yourself, which I have already signed on, is that after you've finished your studies, the first offer that you're going to be given is a letter of employment by the county government of Mombasa. So You will be doing your internship at the county government, and after the internship, you will be getting your letters of employment by the county government of Mombasa. Ni muhimu tujengane wenyewe kwa wenyewe, sio? I think, Ambassador, we've invested quite a lot. I know we've had this discussion with yourself. We've invested quite a lot in education. As we speak right now, we have 6 brand new ECDs that we've already opened. We have 6 ongoing ECDs that are being constructed as we speak. And at the same time, we have 3 brand new ECDs that we are about to be able to advertise. Hopefully, within my first term in office, I would have already finalized 15 ECDs. That gives me an average of about 3 ECDs a year, over and above the other infrastructures that we've been able to build. But this time with a different kind of concept. The concept that we want to do is our ECDs will also have daycare centers. So there are mothers who are out there and they want to be able to work. They do not have that hindrance that they do not know where to keep the child. As much as we're very, very culturally sensitive and we leave our children with our mothers and our aunts, but Mombasa is becoming more and more cosmopolitan, more and more diverse. We've got more and more young couples out there who do not know where they're going to be keeping their children. The concept is, let us stay with your child. And our ECDs currently are 100% free. There's no charge. And that includes books and that includes meals. So all you have to do is just give birth and you'll give us the child for the first period of ECD and we take care. Of course, what that means is that, I don't know the claps, whether it is about giving birth or... Ambassador, what that basically means is that when we took office, we were at about 8,000 ECD students. Today we're at 12,000. I have a very strong feeling that come next year, the number of students who are going to be ECD students, courtesy of the county, who are studying in the county government schools, will probably reach in the region of about 14 to 15,000, probably even more than that. So this is what we're planning to do. As the chair of Education Committee, our able chair of education, through the partnership that we've been able to do with the County Assembly, by allocating sources for us to be able to do this. It is one thing to come up with ideas, but without resources, it becomes a whole skeleton and nothing else. So within the first year, we made payments directly to schools. We want to cut that issue of people lining up for forms. So we made direct payments to secondary schools. That means every child in Mombasa was paid for 5,000. The next year we paid for them. We had a problem with the control of budget, which we sorted. We paid the second cohort 5,000. I came up with a concept that I wanted to try, where I take over the feeding program for all the secondary schools. I'm seeing a bit of issues here and there with the discussion that I've had with the CS for Education, and I'm going to have a discussion with the county director. Probably say that maybe it's not time for us to go full scale with the feeding. I would rather now go back and just paying cash to the schools. And this will be done from this year, before December, and that means basically if I finish with the ministry, I'll be able to finalize it in about a week or 2. And thereafter, next year, it continues in the same concept. That means every child will be afforded and accorded a stipend by the county government of Mombasa. We have no reason why our children should not be able to study. Ambassador, I wish to take the opportunity to invite you. There is a very ambitious program we want to do again on education. And I have given the Department of Education 3 weeks last week. So that means they have 2 more weeks to be able to finalize. And this is our Skills Mitaani program. Not every child in Mombasa can be a doctor. Not everyone can be a lawyer. Not every one of you have brothers and sisters out there who did not qualify to be able to be where they are. So in 2 weeks, we'll be announcing a program called Skills Mitaani, where we believe every child at least has the capacity to be something. You might not be a doctor, but you might be a good carpenter. You might not be a nurse, but you might be a good makeup artist. You might not be an engineer, but you could be a good forklift driver. So with this program, We want to be able to now sponsor our students in Mombasa. This will be done in a unique way. We will be going sub-county by sub-county, let our young people take those opportunities, and then thereafter come up with a way of financing them in one way or the other so they can be able to make a living on their own. And I think there's a lot that we've been able to achieve. It's a story that we proudly tell, but this story would not be said with the same passion, it would not be said with the same level of enthusiasm and with the same test as well, if it was not for our able partnership, Ambassador. So once again, I want to say on behalf of the people of Mombasa, a true thank you. You have shown us that it is not just about friendship, it is about brotherhood. And what we are doing here will leave an everlasting imprint on the lives of the people of Mombasa. So thank you once again, and I take the opportunity to welcome you to be able to speak to the people of Mombasa. Ambassador, I know you have 1 or 2 words of Swahili up your sleeve, and you're pretty good at that. Thank you very much, Ambassador. Thank you very, very much.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Habari za usiku. That's probably the only Swahili today for me. Your Excellency Governor Abdul Somad Sharif Nasir, Honorable CECM for Education, Dr. Muarali Kame, distinguished officials of the County Government of Mombasa, distinguished guests, dear parents, and most importantly, our TIAS, or the Indonesian Aid Scholarship awardees. It is truly an honor and great pleasure for me to be with you today to celebrate these outstanding young Kenyans, if you count Mr. Amir as young, and yet another important milestone in the educational partnership between Indonesia and Kenya. At the heart of Indonesia's constitutional vision is a commitment to advancing public welfare and educating the life of the nation. That's in our constitution. This remains highly relevant to Indonesia's development priorities until today, where the current government of President Prabowo Subianto also places the strengthening of human resources, science, technology, and education among the nation's priorities. And I believe this message resonates strongly here in Kenya and here in Mombasa, as we've heard from the speeches before me. Because Kenya too understands that the most important investment a country can make is an investment in its people. This is why I'm particularly pleased to be here in Mombasa at the invitation of the governor. Your Excellency Governor, I have followed with great appreciation your government's strong focus on education, skills development, and human capital. The governor just spoke about increasing the number of ECD students. He also privately said he's building something more for the students. Well, perhaps I will let him divulge that. Skills Mitani, those initiatives and programs are a true testament of your focus in skills development and human capital, which we truly appreciate. And this is why it's not a surprise to me that most of the awardees has come, and I think will continue to come from Mombasa because of the focus of this governor. So, Governor, Indonesia is also pursuing a similar human capital agenda. This is where the Indonesian Aid Scholarship can become a practical bridge between the priorities of Mombasa County and the development priorities of Indonesia. The scholarship is not simply about sending students abroad to obtain degrees. It is really about developing knowledge, skills, confidence, and international exposure, and ultimately bringing those capabilities back to serve Kenya, to serve Mombasa and its communities. Dr. Muarali Kame has spoken earlier, and I'd like to look at it differently. The numbers today, which the governor has quoted earlier, to me is especially encouraging. This year, 2026, Kenya ranks second in the world of recipients of this scholarship. Second. You know who got the first rank? It's a neighboring country of Indonesia, Timor-Leste. And you, quite a distance from Indonesia, you can get second. And I think that's truly amazing. And what's more amazing is that 40 Kenyans was awarded this year. And what's even more amazing, I'm standing here in Mombasa, is that 36 of them, or about 90%, are from Mombasa County. So, to all awardees, the 12 here and the whole 36 from Mombasa, hongereni sana. And to the parents and the families, this achievement belongs to you as well. Your support and sacrifice have helped bring your children to this moment. But Governor, while we will always maintain the quality and competitiveness of this program, I hope that we can work together still to expand these opportunities in the future. Perhaps one day, Kenya could even become the largest recipient of this scholarship. With the way the governor and the CECM is focused on human capital, I'm sure it wouldn't be long, Kenya take even our neighboring country, Timor-Leste. Let us also make use of the opportunity of another scholarship scheme which is also available to Kenyan students. That is the KNB scholarship. So Dr. Kami, there is still opportunity to get more Mombasan to go to school through Indonesian scholarships. So ladies and gentlemen, Indonesia and Kenya established diplomatic relations back in 1979. But our relationship is really older and much deeper than that formal date of diplomatic relations. We share the experience and aspirations of countries of the global South. We share the spirit of Bandung, 1955, the Bandung spirit, which promotes mutual respect, solidarity, dignity, and cooperation. Today, through the scholarship, such as TIAS, we give that spirit a new expression. We build connections not only between governments, but between people. A student who studies in Indonesia today may become tomorrow's governor, tomorrow's academics, tomorrow's entrepreneur, tomorrow's public servant, scientist, or policymakers. And that person may carry the friendship between Indonesia and Kenya throughout his or her career. That, I think, is the real value of educational cooperation. Now, allow me to speak to the awardees. You are about to begin a very exciting journey. Indonesia is a diverse country, a country of 17,000 islands spanning 3 time zones. We speak 300 different languages and consist of 1,300 ethnic groups. Yet we are united by a common identity, and 286 million of all Indonesians speak Indonesian language, or Bahasa Indonesia. So, for the awardees, may I offer 4 pieces of advice for you as you embark on this journey. First, study hard, but learn beyond the classroom. Your academic success is your first responsibility, indeed. Be disciplined, manage your time well, and make the most of your university. But also be curious about the country you will live in. Visit places, meet people, learn about Indonesian history, culture, and its development. Do not simply pass through Indonesia, experience it. Experience Indonesia. Second, learn Bahasa Indonesia. You do not have to become fluent. Start with simple expressions. In fact, Bahasa Indonesia is very similar to Swahili. You can say, apa kabar? It's habari gani. You can speak Indonesia very easily. You know, these few words will open doors to friendship. And Indonesian people are very welcoming. But remember, you are not only going to Indonesia to learn about Indonesia. As the governor has said, you are also going there to represent Kenya. So my third advice is be good ambassadors to Kenya. Tell your Indonesian friends about Mombasa, about the coast, about Kenya's culture, history, and aspirations. Share your food, your music, your stories, and your experiences. At the same time, listen and learn. You may discover that although our countries are far apart geographically, we have much in common. Fourth, please take care of yourselves and one another. Look after your physical and mental health. Be financially responsible and respect the rules of your university and your community there. If you face difficulties, do not suffer in silence. Reach out for help. You may be far from home, but definitely you are not alone. And finally, remember that a scholarship is both an opportunity and responsibility. When you return home, do not only ask, what degree have I earned? You must also ask, what can I contribute? Use what you learn to create opportunities, solve problems, and serve your community. As the Swahili saying goes, haba na haba, hujaza kibaba. Little by little, the measures become full, right? Your knowledge, your experiences, and your friendship will accumulate, and together they can and will make a difference. So, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, today we are not simply sending 40 or 36 young Kenyans to Indonesia. We are investing in the future of Kenya-Indonesia relations. We are also demonstrating that what South-South cooperation can achieve when we invest in the most valuable resource of all, that is people. I thank the government of Mombasa for its commitment to education and human capital development. I thank the parents and families for their support. And to our awardees, I say, hongereni sana, safari njema, tunawaombea kila laheri. Go to Indonesia with curiosity, humility, and courage. Study, explore, make friends, share Kenya, and come home ready to make a difference. May you become beacons of knowledge, ambassadors of friendships, and catalysts for stronger cooperation between Kenya and Indonesia. Mungu ibariki Kenya, Mungu ibariki Indonesia. Asanteni sana. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Thank you. Making it. Asante. Wale wanafunzi tafadhali. Check, check. Wanafunzi wangu wa University of Mombasa, naomba moja Mombasa. Check on University of Mombasa. Okay, Your Excellency, Ambassador and the Governor, come for the group photo. Msimame tu hapo. Ambassador. Mic. Wale watu wangu wa kuserve dinner, tafadhali mnaweza kuanza kuserve tafadhali. Wale watu wangu ambao kwamba wana serve dinner, sasa mnaweza kuanza kuserve. Watu wangu Mahfoudh and the team, documentary ikiwa itakuwa tayari mtaanza kuicheza tu. Yes. Watu wa live coverage. Yeah.
tunaomba tu wale watu wetu wanatuwekea vyakula wetu tayari, na anytime soon tutaweza kuwaambia. Tutaanza na hii high table ambayo iko hapa. Naona wanatayarisha serving table zao vizuri hapo, kisha baadaye tutaweza kwenda taratibu. Tuna wale wazazi wetu ndio tutakaoanza nao, tutakwenda wazazi, kisha baadaye ndo sisi youth wote tutakwenda baadaye. So first wakimaliza tu pale watakwenda wale waheshimiwa wetu, na huku waheshimiwa wakienda, wazazi wetu katika ile table mbili wataweza kwenda kule kuserve. So naomba tuwe watulivu, tuwe taratibu, na mashallah chakula ni kingi sana. Thank you.
Hao wanafunzi wetu wote 12 tumempatia kila mwanafunzi laptop. Mbali na hapo, na hii sasa nataka makofi yawe mengi zaidi. Sasa bado mnapiga makofi, hata mimi sijasema jamani. Sasa kutoka kwake mwenyewe governor ameninong'onezea hapa. Mnataka muifahamu hii scholarship ya Indonesia. Hao wanafunzi kule wanalipwa kwanza, ndio utaona wakishuka tu kila mmoja anunua kiskuta kule. Sawa, but under condition. Muelewe vizuri conditions zilizowekwa. Hakuna kuoa, hakuna kuolewa kule. Sasa lingine, hao wanafunzi governor ametoa mfukoni kwake kila mwanafunzi $200. Asanteni sana na Mungu awabariki. Ai, watu wangu wa kuserve mwe chap chap kidogo high table tafadhali. na Mombasa.
My special
Thank you for this opportunity.
السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. Naam, assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, mpenzi mtazamaji wa Alhaja TV popote ulipo. Ni hafla ambayo imeweza kufanywa na kaunti ya Mombasa hapa katika ukumbi wa Afrah, na niko naye waziri wa elimu katika kaunti ya Mombasa Dr. Mbarali Kame, ambaye shughuli hii imekuwa ikimhusu yeye sana pamoja na gavana wetu wa kaunti ya Mombasa. Pengine waziri, kwa ufupi tu tueleze hafla hii ya leo ilikuwa ni hafla ya aina gani ama inahusu nini?
Kwanza mimi natoa shukrani kwa Alhaja TV. Mmetupatia support kubwa sana nyinyi kuwa na sisi leo katika mahala kama hapa Afrah Hall, kuanzia tuanze function kama hii na mpaka kusikia muda wa namna hii. Naweza nikasema hii function ya leo ni second cohort. Nikizungumza kwa lugha ya Kiswahili ni wale ambao kwamba wa 2025 tuliweza kupeleka wanafunzi 17 kwenda kuendelea na masomo yao Indonesia. Mwaka huu wa 2026 tunapeleka wanafunzi takriban 12 kwenda kusoma different courses katika universities zilizoko Indonesia. Amazing ya scholarship kama hii, naweza nikasema wanafunzi wanaoelekea katika nchi kama ile mara nyingi wanakuwa tikiti wanakatiwa na TIAS, tukimaanisha ile organization inayohusika na mambo ya scholarship kule Indonesia, na wanafunzi kama hao wana stipend ya pesa ambapo kwamba huwa wanalipwa kila mwaka. Tumeenda juhudi sisi za kutosha kama Mombasa County. Application takriban na tulivyozifanya there were about 70 to 80 students kulingana na ile recommendation ambapo kwamba tuliandika both Christian and also Muslim. Lakini kwa sababu za zile interview na vikwazo vingi vya scholarship kama hii, takriban wamepewa wanafunzi wetu wa Mombasa County wasiopungua kwa kupitia recommendation zetu sisi na kwa kupitia uongozi wake Excellency Governor, takriban wanafunzi 12. Mbali na hapo, tunaambiwa kuna recommendations zingine ambazo kwamba ziliandikwa na watu wengine. Takriban Mombasa County imenyakua scholarship za Indonesia takriban 36. Hao ni vijana wetu ambao kwamba tunawatarajia by next week wataanza kuondoka mmoja baada ya mwingine.
Waziri, umetufahamisha ya kwamba hadi sasa vijana 12 wa kutoka hili jiji letu la Mombasa wanaenda kufaidika na scholarship kama hiyo. Pengine ni masomo gani wanaenda kuyasomea wanafunzi hawa?
Hapa kozi nyingi ambazo kwamba wanafunzi wetu hawa wamechukuliwa ni kozi za engineering. Wengi sana katika wanafunzi kama hawa. Utapata wengine ambao kwamba wale kama tuseme katika directors wetu, mmoja wa Department of Education anaenda kufanya PhD ya mambo ya human resource. Lakini utapata hao wengi, kuna wale ambao kwamba wanaenda pia kufanya masomo ya diploma katika university moja ambayo kwamba inatambulikana sana mambo ya petroleum, pia inajulikana kama PEM Akamigan. Wanaenda katika university kama hiyo kwa mambo ya kusoma mambo ya petrol na ni mambo yote ya engineering. So tutasema kozi hizi ambazo kwamba zinatolewa kwa watoto wetu ni kozi ambazo kwamba Kenyan system imezirecognize kabisa, na wanafunzi kama hawa na hakika watakaporudi Kenya watakuwa salama salimini na watakuwa ni wenye kuendelea na masomo yao kwa njia ifaao. Tunawatarajia sisi kwamba wanafunzi hawa watakapokuja watakuwa wako katika mtaala wa kisawasawa kule wanaposoma, na watakaporudi hapa watakuja kujishughulikia gatuzi kama hili kwa njia ifaao.
Waziri, tunafahamu kwamba chini ya msemo wako watoto wasome, mwaka uliopita tuliweza kupeperusha hafla ambao mliondosha wanafunzi waende Indonesia kwa mara ya kwanza. Hafla hii ni mwaka wa pili. Tutarajie wanafunzi zaidi wakielekea Indonesia kusoma ama nchi mbalimbali kutoka kwenye serikali hii ya Mombasa?
Mimi natarajia kwamba scholarship kama hizi hazitakuwa tu peke yake katika upande wa Indonesia tu peke yake. Tunao cohort number 1 ambao kwamba itakuwa inaelekea Pakistan hivi karibuni. Takriban tulifanya application zetu na tukapewa scholarship 20, lakini kwa vile KUPS ilikuwa imetoa announcement zake, tumepata ya kwamba kuna wanafunzi wengine wamedrop scholarship kama ile, wanaendelea na masomo yao hapa Kenya. Tuna wanafunzi takriban karibu 6 watakuwa wanaelekea Pakistan. Kampala International University kama nilivyosema, sasa hivi tuko na wanafunzi takriban wasiopungua 60 wanaendelea na medical courses partial program, ikiwa university inalipa 60% na wanafunzi wakiwa wamepunguziwa takriban 40%. Bali na hapo, International University of Africa tumetangaza scholarship zetu. Baada ya kutangaza scholarship kama hizo, tumehakikisha kwamba wanafunzi wamefanya application kwa njia ifaao, na tunatarajia any time soon wanafunzi kama hao kuelekea Sudan kwa masomo pia. Kwa hivyo hatukuzifunga scholarship hizi kwa Indonesia tu peke yake. Kila university zilizoko katika ulimwengu, baada tunaenda mbio tuangalie Uturuki kutafunguka vipi, tunaangalia upande wa Malaysia kutafunguka kwa njia namna gani. Natarajia gatuzi letu kama hili kwa uongozi wake His Excellency Governor Abdulswamad Sharif Nassir tutaweza kuachieve mengi katika kuzifaulisha scholarship kama hizi.
Kama waziri wa elimu anavyotueleza kwamba wana Mombasa watarajie mengi kutoka kwenu. Sasa neno lako la mwisho kwa watu wa Mombasa ambao wanaweza kukutazama kwa sasa litakuwa ni gani?
Mimi nasema congratulations kwanza kwa wanafunzi wetu wa Mombasa County, congratulations kwa Department of Education, congratulations kwa His Excellency Governor kwa milango ambayo kwamba imefunguliwa kwa sasa hivi kuhakikisha wanafunzi hawasomi tu hapa Kenya. Yatakiwa ieleweke, al-akh Alwi, haikuwa tu peke yake ni scholarship za nje ya nchi. Hata Technical University of Mombasa tumepeana scholarship sisi kwa medical wanafunzi wetu ambao kwamba takriban tuna cohort ya kwanza wanafunzi 12, kisha tuna cohort number 2 ambao kwamba wanafunzi 12 watatukuliwa Technical University of Mombasa. Milango iko wazi ya sisi kuzitafuta scholarship kama hizi, na natarajia kuweko kwetu katika uongozi kama huu mengi yatakuwa ni yenye kufunguka. Congratulations al-akh Alwi kwamba tutolee salamu zetu kwa MD wenu Mahmud, na nawapa pongezi. Live stream zenu tumepata makaribisho mengi sana, tumepata wengi walikuwa wakipongeza kipindi kama hiki ambapo kwamba kilikuwa live katika hapa social hall ya Furaha. Tumpongeza pia mwenye social hall kama hii ndugu yangu Ridwan kwa kutoa ukumbi huu for free kwa sababu ya kuhakikisha hafla kama hii imefana kwa njia ifaao.
Shukran sana waziri wa elimu kutoka kaunti ya Mombasa.
Na asanteni sana bana.
Asante sana kwa muda wako. Na mtazamaji, kama tulivyopata kusikia kutoka kwa waziri wa elimu kutoka kaunti ya Mombasa ni kwamba hafla kama hii imeweza kuwafaa wakazi wa Mombasa 12 kwenda kusomea pale katika nchi ya Indonesia, na wameenda kusoma masomo mbalimbali kama waziri wa elimu mwenyewe alivyotueleza, na vile vile mwaka uliopita waliweza kupeleka wanafunzi mbalimbali, na mwaka huu wakaweza kufanikisha kuwapeleka wanafunzi 12. Vile vile ameweza kutueleza nia yao kama kaunti ya Mombasa kuwapeleka wanafunzi wengine katika nchi ya Sudani ili wapate kuendelea na masomo yao chini ya kauli mbiu yake ya kwamba watoto wa kaunti ya Mombasa wapate kuendelea na masomo. Na sisi kama Al-Hajat TV tumeweza kuwapeperushia mubashara kabisa hafla kama hii, na mkumbuke ya kwamba hafla hii iliweza kuruka kupitia mtandao wetu wa YouTube, StarTimes na Pang Free to Air. Mwisho kabisa kumalizia, mtazamaji, ni msisahau kusubscribe kwenye channel yetu ya Al-Hajat TV ili msipate kupitwa na mengi ambayo tutakuwa tumewaandalia. Mimi mmekuwa wenu Abdurrahman Alwi, vile vile ni washukuru wenzangu nyuma ya kamera akiwa ni ndugu yangu Chris pamoja na Hussein, na nyuma ya mitambo leo amekuwa ni ndugu yangu Abu Addas. Wote wameweza kufanikisha shughuli kama hii ya leo. Mimi mmekuwa wenu Abdurrahman Alwi, kama nilivyoeleza awali, Al-Hajat TV, mwangaza kwa umma.
Hajar TV, mwangaza kwa umma.